Hello everyone, hope you're all well. So today I'm going to be carrying on working in this. Let me just grab these a minute. Like the prompt for today is photo. So yesterday off camera I did the prompt for word of the year, and this is what I did. So I created a little book or a folder rather than a book, and I put in different things for words because I didn't want to choose one word for the year. I like lots of different words, and so I created this little bag here to put some words in. I cut some of Lydia's words out and popped them in there, and then I'll add more as I go along, and probably from other places too. And on the back I just added this, which is sort of the King's English, and I just thought that was interesting to go on the back there. And then I've got this little cluster of papers here, so let me just take that off. So I added a page in using washi tape there, and that gave me a little pocket or a tuck spot. And then here I've got Lydia's words, printable, and then I've got a poem by Mary Oliver, and a poem, or it's sort of a haiku, sort of, that I did myself a little while ago, so 2020, and I've got room to add more words and different things. So that's what I added into there for now, and that's just my little sort of play on words, or rather than word of the year, because I think that's what's good about the, this sort of challenge, is it doesn't have to be, you don't have to take it literally, you can play around with different ideas that Lydia from the prompts. So that just goes in there, as I said, and I've just sort of played with it in different ways. So it's going to go in there, and I can add to that whenever I want. So that was yesterday, although I know I'm a day behind because photo would have been yesterday, but I did words yesterday, I'm doing photo today. Now what I've decided to do is I want to make like a board, like a photo board, if you like, an inspiration board, and I'm going to put it in here as a little board. So and then I can swap out photos and things whenever I want. So I'm going to just cut out the size of board that I need. I'm just using some Amazon packaging, and then I'll cut out the size that I need. Let's see, about there, but I'll probably make it a bit smaller, to be honest. And yeah, but right, and I'm going to cut it with my cutter. I don't want to cut it with where's my cutter? Oh, there's it. Right, let's have a look. It's a nice and sunny at the moment. I didn't sleep very well last night, and I thought I was going to end up going back to bed for a couple of hours because I didn't feel very well. I had really bad nausea, and I've had nausea since I've come out of hospital. There we go. And it's sometimes it eases off and then it comes back. Right, that's definitely not straight, so let's see. Oops, boiler. The guy's coming to have a look at it next on Monday. So right, yeah, so that's not straight. Now I can see better. Okay, so now I'm wondering whether to leave that on, because that might come in handy to hang over a page, if you know what I mean, rather than trying to, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. Just have a sip of my coffee. I made a lovely cappuccino. It's not a cappuccino, it's a latte. Right, I think that's straight now. I think it doesn't look straight though. I think that because this isn't straight, that's why. That's okay. Yeah, that's not straight. I'm just going to use my bone folder to try and get a better fold on this for when it's on a page, so that it's not bulky, not too bulky. Now, the other thing I was going to do was cover it in fabric. And I have this lovely linen. Now, I don't know whether to do this or not, because this linen is precious. I hand dyed it last year with nettles. You still see bits of nettle on it. So you know, quite often they have hessian on them, but I was looking for something a bit thinner. So, you know, if you know what I mean, they're sort of like a pinboard. So then the photograph that I've got, it's not my photograph. It's one that I've chosen out of one of my books, and I really like the colours. So what I want to do is make it a temporary thing, so I can add my own photographs in when I start printing them out on my, because at the moment my laptop isn't, well, it prints, but yeah, anyway, I'm having problems with technology at the moment, so yeah. So if you imagine that as the pinboard bit, so I would glue that on around here, but then I could pin things on using this. It's a very simple idea, but I thought it might work, and then I can add things like this in, work in progress, and I can add other little, you know, things on as well, little. So yeah, so things like that. I might cut that out some more. So that was the idea. So I think I will do it, because, you know, this is a lovely piece. I wonder if I've got any more of that. I think I do. I'll just double check. See what I've got. Oh no, I do have this. I have this calico. I think I might use this instead, you know, just because that's a bit precious. It's vintage linen, and it's hand dyed, and it's such a nice shape. It's a nice rectangular shape, so I could use it for a different project. So whoops, I think I'll use that, but I think I'll save that, and I'll just use this. This is calico, and I can use a piece of this. Yeah, let's do this. It's a shame, because I like the colour of the other calico, but I mean the other piece, but yeah, I'm just going to use this. Right, sorry, faffing around all over the place. I'm just going to cut some out, and I will wrap it around the back. I'll glue it on at the back as well. So my scissors. I need to go and find them. Yeah, that's big enough, because I don't need to cover that. That's long enough. Oh. Oh, I'm rubbish. Shouldn't say that. We shouldn't say that to ourselves, should we, really? Because it's like, we're not rubbish. Right, I want to take my top off. I'm quite warm. I'll get cold in a minute. That's generally what happens. Excuse me. So yeah, so I was going to pop it on like this. So I have done it quite wide, long, but it's okay, I can take a strip off. I don't want to put it on there because I think that will create bulk, I think. I just want it there. Right, so I think what I'll do is I will put glue. I'm just going to put it in like a grid, sort of. So I'll put it all the way around the edge. Should be using my glue board, shouldn't I? Yeah, put it. Now this isn't great glue, but it should be enough just to hold it in place. And I can, when I'm pinning things on it, it will be even more sturdy. Right. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop some across like that. There. I was going to come down, but I don't think I need to. There's quite a lot of glue there. See how that works. So just get rid of these little frayed edges. So yeah, I'm just going to glue it on like this. Something like this. Okay, I lift it up again because it was not straight. Should have done it sideways up there. See? And that just gives me a nice background. And I can glue, I'm going to take some of this off because I don't want to waste it. I mean, I can use strips like this in different places. Okay, and then I'll just fold this over like that, and that will be the board. What I should do maybe is paint or colour this or do something with it. Sorry. I don't particularly want that there, but you won't see it anyway. Okay, I'll fold that over like that, and then the other side, and this will help to secure it as well, like that. Yeah, and oh, I want to get glue on there, because I wasn't being very careful there, was I? Right, and we'll fold that, cut these edges off a little bit. Yeah, I'm using not quite blunt scissors, but not great scissors. They're more for paper because my scissors are all put in a bag somewhere that I took away with me. Some glue on there, like that. Okay, so then that just gives me a nice clean board to work on. That's my little gluing, my pin board. Now what I could do is put 2 holes in there, and I can hang that up somewhere as well, so I don't have to have it in my journal. So then this would be, you know, temporarily in place, sort of any sort of photograph that I want to add to this. Now normally we use these sorts of things, can use that, but obviously that's not going to go in the journal. So the other option is to use a pin like this, but a smaller one. I do have some somewhere, and then I can just pin it on. So I'm going to do that just to show you. because I've left it open. Right, I don't want it coming through the back. There. So then that's my little pin board for my photographs and things. It hasn't come through the back, it's just through the what's it called? Can't speak. It's through the calico. Okay. Oops. Just re-glue this. So yeah, thank you for watching my last video and liking, to those of you who have, and for Yvonne who commented. I think I'm going to cut, no, I'll rip it out, I think. If I can find my ruler. I mean, I do like it on that colour, so I could put it like that. Or, yeah, no, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to pin this on as well. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'll put that on as well. And again, now I do have some smaller pins somewhere, as I said, but I can't find them at the moment. So I'll find them and I'll pin it differently when I'm... The other option is for me to use a bit of tape, and I can use washi tape. Let's do that. Let's put a bit of washi on. I've got this. This is ideal for this sort of thing because you can write on it as well. And then, you know, pull it off when you don't want to use it anymore. So we can put that there. And then I can write on that as well. And then I can add other photographs. I've got another photograph of more here. Just to show you, actually, let me see if I can find a small photograph. So I took these. I could have taken them out of the magazine. These are where I got my photographs from, but I looked through a magazine. So I got it from that book, rather. Sorry, that's the vintage, Minxie Vintage customised clothing. So I just got, there's lots of lovely photographs in here that you could take out and put on your board. It's your little inspiration board. I mean, I just think it's fabulous for that. Now, don't be horrified. These books you can pick up very cheaply, £3. They're lovely, lovely books. And then when you've finished with, you can, you know, with the pages, cutting them out, the ones that you wanted to cut out, then you can reuse the cover. And it's a nice big sturdy cover that you can use the front, and you can cover the back with fabric. But I mean, imagine sort of just putting your own label on here and then this gorgeous background. So yeah, great books to get from charity shops. I would have paid £2 for this, I think. No more than £2, £3. But if you see, it does give you lots of inspiration. I've shown these in other... Yeah, so here's my inspiration for this. Like a work in progress there, and then sort of, you know, you can pin things, images and writing and little bits of... In fact, let's do that. Let's put some ribbon on or something. Right, so I just want to have a look in here because there was a couple of... So I can use one of the photographs from here. And because I can, you know, I can take sort of the similar colours, and for example that colour I could cut a little square out and have it like that, you know, sort of complementary. but I know there were some other photographs that might be at the front that I thought, oh, I could cut those out. Let's see. I have lots of magazines, these Breathe and Simple magazines. I have loads of them, and look at that. So actually, let me show you something. This paper here with this on, that's from this one of these magazines. So in these magazines that I've bought over the years, and there will be like about 3 years worth, they, in between all the pages, they have these beautiful coloured pages in different shades. Let me see if the other one, see if I can find. There's one. And then we've got that one, and then there'll be another one somewhere, unless I've taken it out. There. And you've got that colour there. Gorgeous. So, and you can take inspiration from anywhere, really. I was thinking, originally I was going to use that, but I like the idea of having this as a board for fabrics and things like that, you know, sort of dressmaking, whatever. I think I will hang it as a little hanger and put some holes in it in a minute. Let's just see. I know that there was some other photographs. I'm tempted by that. I am tempted. I think I'll use that. Oh, hang on. Let me just double check. I know that I saw some nice little square photographs somewhere, or pictures, you know, photographs. I mean, you could take pictures of food. You could do a food pinboard, or fabric, or any nature. I already took something from there. Oh, this. I took that from there. It's a quote by Virginia Woolf, and I put it in the journal, but oh yes, they're here, I think. Just, would you believe it? They're right on the front now. I'm wondering whether to put maybe that. No, I don't think I will. Let me see what else we've got. I mean, I might take something from the book instead. Yeah, I think I'll take from the other book. All right, let's have a look on here. Could pin that there. I mean, that, you know, you can have bits of paper just sort of looking at colour schemes and things. Not sure about it though. I could put some paper. Put that, says organic cloth. I could put that on there, or a bit of that. Just have that underneath. Yeah, so I'm just looking for ideas in that even. I'll keep that out, and I will keep that out for now, and then I'll then that. And what was I going to, oh yeah, I was looking at, let me just see if there's something small that we can put in. I'm sure if I look through my papers and things I'll find something, but I just want, because I'm doing this, you know, on here. While I'm filming, I mean. something a different colour, but a really small photograph. I'm thinking I might I could cut like a piece of that, put that on the background, or some lace. Sorry for sniffing, I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah, we can add some fabric or something as well. Some jewellery even. I have some lovely hat pins I could add a hat pin to it. Some vintage hat pins. I like those. I like that. I might cut that out. Actually, I like this. I always check what's on the other side, because you know, sometimes you don't want to cut into the other side, but with this I checked. Obviously I could cut that out, but I like that. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, so I mean, I've got a little thing here with some writing on, and I could do that myself. I don't need to cut that out because I can do that myself. You know, write on a piece of paper, I mean. And obviously you can add photographs of your family. Yeah, so it looks like a little mini Polaroid on there, and I can maybe add some tissue paper behind it. And let's have a look for a little bit of cloth. With some cloth, I could add some paper and cloth behind it like that for inspiration. Yeah, I really like that. And then what I could do is add, I'd like some different colours of these, but I could add something like this here, rather than, no, can't have that sticking out. Too far. Actually, I might put this over. I'll cut a little bit off. Do I have any ribbon? I'm shortcutting there. I'm doing a shortcut there because I've been lazy. I didn't want to get up and find something. Right, so I've got some blue ribbon here. I could use a bit of that and just add that in. Have a look, other colours. I've got some of that silk. Oh, I like that. Right, as I said, these are not my cutting scissors, so I don't know. They're my paper scissors. I could add a little bit of that there. Maybe the tissue paper isn't a great idea actually. I'll take that off because I think that's confusing things. Add a little bit of this on the top. On there. And then I'm going to pin those together. So we'll do this. there. And then now I can do the same thing, add a yeah, I like that. I might move it down a little bit, or I could leave it there. But and then I'm going to add 2 holes in here. Probably add, if I can find them, some grommets. Add one there, and there. Should I add a grommet, or just some twine or ribbon even? Some twine here. Oh, look at that! Got some. No, I was going to say I've got some thread, the same colour. I could even add that to there. So put. How am I doing this? I don't. Yeah. And then I'd probably need to do it like this. There we go. So then I've got my board, so I could add this a little bit of this, and I could just wrap it around there like that, and let it hang down like that. And then I can do some writing on here. So let's do a little bit of writing. So I'll write pen in brown. Yeah, so I'm going to write what's the prompt is photo, so inspiration, January inspiration 26. Let me just double check. I can never remember. Inspiration January, not January inspiration. Inspiration January. January 2026, and it is number 6. Oh, Rudy, photo. There we go, and that's it. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, I mean, I could have, instead of putting that there, oh, I've actually gone through the, oh well. Silly me, didn't even see that then. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you like that. No, it goes like that because it needs to pull it in like that. But I've gone through there, so that would hold that in place anyway. If I put one of those ring binder things on, I wouldn't need this. But I'll leave that on for now. I think it adds interest. Oh, let's pop it in our journal. So actually it wouldn't hang over the page, but it will fit in here like that, and I can, you know, somehow attach it. So I hope you like that. I'm loving the colours, you know, the teals and what have you, and the blues. It's sort of, I know Lydia has, you know, she's got her kits, and she's sort of using blue kit as well. And it just so happens that I've sort of got these colours, you know, it's more of a coincidence, or maybe it's, you know, a subconscious thing, but I love blue anyway. I'm just wondering how I can attach that. I didn't really want to have something loose in here, but you know, you can have that like that and have it hanging over, and so I'm really happy with that. I'm going to cover that because it's just jarring when I open the book. So that would probably sit somewhere like that, or on another page like that, and I can move it around and do whatever I want with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back again for another. Oh, did I use this? Yes, I did. Just wondering whether to pop that in there. Just as a little bit of interest. I don't know why. Just making things up as I go along. But I like to see little pops of paper and things. I think I mentioned in my my Christmas journal that I'm really liking to see little pops of colour. I mean bits of paper clusters and things. So that's that. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope it's given you an idea, and yeah, I'll be back again for more. So take care everyone, and bye for now.